That Honestly Nevermind album, he dropped it on Kendrick's birthday because it was a subliminal.
Because no one's ever gone from one end of the earth to the other. It's not possible.
Chris Brown's situation was very different though. Like, he didn't hide from it. He faced into it immediately.
And they still hated him for it. I reckon the distance you can see on your telescope going up is probably less than the distance from one side of the earth to the other.
Wait, what? Wagwan peeps, it's Venom, what you saying? Alongside my home slice, damn to the Zane. When she and I get together on the poddy, ask anybody, the vibes are insane.
Join our family and feel free to come by. We on Apple Podcasts and Spotify.
Yeah.
New drop on the way every Monday at 6.
Tune in and come see what we unpick. What's good, people? It's your boy Venom, alongside the one and only Damn to the Zane. Hope you haven't forgotten this face. Or these faces. We've been missing for a minute. Your boy's been out of the country working. And then, well, actually, that's basically it, really. But yeah, back now. Back to do the magic. How you feeling, Dammy?
I'm good. I'm all right.
Yeah.
Well, what came first, the chicken or the egg?
What came first, the chicken or the egg?
Yeah.
As in
your opinion.
Just what came first, the chicken or the egg?
Or the egg?
The chicken.
Rationale?
Because, like, in my belief system, there's a creator, and I don't know why the creator would make an egg. The creator would make the thing. It's the thing that makes the egg.
So what's... But your creator could have done anything. Your creator could have made the egg first.
It could have done absolutely anything.
Yeah.
But the way I understand it,
yeah,
is that the creator makes the thing.
Based on
the
what?
Chicken is not the egg.
Based on what? Where did you get that from?
Where did I get that from?
Yeah.
I got it from my understanding of creation.
What is your understanding of creation?
That as a creator, you create the thing.
Okay. Interesting.
Anytime I've created something, I create the thing that I want to create.
So you've based it on it on yourself.
Yeah.
The egg is a creation as well, no?
Of course.
So,
but then the egg goes on. The egg is not the final form.
Who said that? When I crack that yolk and I scramble it or I boil it, it's the final form.
I mean, egg was not egg was not for you to be scrambling. That was not the intention of egg.
Who told you that?
Egg. The fact that egg turns into whole things is what told me that. The fact that the creator didn't make a pan and flame and oil, and that these are derived from other things. Who told you that?
Where did you get that from?
But these are derived from other things. Where can you go and just find a pan?
You're talking about it. You're talking about a belief system, yeah? But where did you get that from?
Where did I get my belief system from?
Yeah, what is your...
I observe the world around me.
Interesting. Okay.
Like in nature, there's nowhere where I can find a pan. Or a stove, even.
Because, okay, on the basis that eggs were not created to be eaten, that's your thing. They weren't created to be scrambled, right?
They weren't created to be scrambled,
okay,
yeah.
Plants. What came first, the plant or the seed?
In terms of the reality of it, it would be the seed. Because if you look at the history of Earth...
That's the reality. I'm asking based on your belief system. What would come first? What would have come first, the plant or the seed? Or the fruit? Well,
in terms of my belief system...
The fruit or the seed? Or the vegetable or the seed? What came first?
Well, it would be the plant. But in terms of my belief system, it would be the plant. But in terms of what would happen in reality, it would probably be the seed because of how the environment would have been constructed.
Go on. Because how does the environment create the seed?
So if you look at the science of this planet,
yeah,
there was a time when it was more water than anything else.
Yeah.
So there wouldn't be land for a plant to grow. Mm-hmm. So there would have to then be the change in the geological structure of this planet to then have land. And then that land would then have to develop to be fertile, which is how lava and volcanoes, etc., then you get to the point where things can germinate.
That doesn't explain the seed that needs. So you're talking about the environment for the seed to germinate in, but it doesn't explain the seed itself. And the reason why I brought plants and veg and stuff like that into it is because your argument about eggs not being the first thing that was created is that we shouldn't really be eating it. Because I said, well, I mean, when you cook the egg, is it not a whole egg, right? In its final form in terms of food, right? You can make the same argument about fruit and veg. How do we know it was created for us to eat?
I never said it was created for us to eat.
Compared to eggs or an animal.
Yeah, but I never argued that we were supposed to eat fruit or veg either.
But it's implied because you argue that the egg was not created to be eaten.
I said it was not created to be scrambled.
Okay, I did say boiled. I did say boiled. I did say there's other ways you can cook it. You can choose not to cook it. Some people swallow it raw.
If they eat it raw, that's their prerogative. That's how I've observed it being done in nature anyway. Snakes eat eggs, that's a common one. And they just gobble the whole thing.
Exactly. So
I'm sure that other things will just crack open the egg and then they just go for it.
The egg could have been the final, like, this is it. And then evolution could have meant that the egg creates life. It could have been that.
No, but the thing is, the egg that... That's a wild theory, boy. I'm now actually hearing what you're saying.
Yeah.
That's a wild theory. I know it's not what you believe.
The chicken came first because I believe in the story of the story in the Bible. I believe in God creating the...
I don't actually know what the story in the Bible is like
Genesis.
verbatim. But
the first 7 days of Earth and how that was created and how God separated the waters and created land and created the sea and created all the animals of the sea and then created all the animals of the land and the plants and then last but not least the most important creation created man. And the only reason why I agree that the chicken came first is because nowhere in the Bible does it say that God created eggs or seeds. God created the animals. And
you create the thing.
He didn't create woman first, a pregnant woman, or even a fetus. He started off with man, then created the woman, and then said, go populate. That's all. That's all that's all it says. So I agree with you, but I just wanted to understand. I wanted you to kind of take me down that road of why. What is the story that you believe in the first place? But I guess
my story is completion.
Based on you being a creator.
Oh yeah, 100%.
And your concept of what a creator is. So it's different. I was going to ask if you think the world is flat or not, but I'll save that for another time.
No, don't even.
Are you a flat earther?
Of course.
I knew you would be. You just seem like the type.
How is the earth not flat?
You just seem like the type to believe in...
How is the earth not flat?
Anything alternative, guys, he's going to believe it. That's going to be what he sits on. He doesn't want to be like anyone else.
Imagine, so I think that the world is flat.
Yeah. He wants to be outside of the box. So anything that's not the norm, that's what he's going to go for.
Never in a million years would I ever be a flat earther. It's not possible.
I think there was a time when I was convinced. Then I said, Dammy, get out of here.
What?
And then, I'm not going to lie, I'm really starting to ponder it again.
This is how I know you're spending too much time online.
No, it's not online.
It's the
Bible. It's the Bible.
Nowhere does the Bible states this.
There's nowhere that it says it's a sphere or that it doesn't say that.
So because the Bible does not state that the world is a sphere, it must not be a sphere.
I'm just thinking about this logically, based on how I know the worlds have started, and based on the fact that I do believe that a lot of the things that we are fed online can be a lie. So I'm just trying to put my own, what do I believe? Not what teachers told me in school that could be a curriculum that they created to pacify us and make us believe whatever we are told.
Okay, so
this is why I'm just like, I've gone from, it could be flat, to nah, that's crazy. In school, they showed me a globe. This is what it is.
Yeah.
Back to this question mark. I don't know.
Right. So
we'll have to come back to this conversation when I've done proper.
No. Before research, I need to hear
research and
why.
reading.
I want to know why at this stage, why just the common sense of it is not being like, nah, there's no way that the Earth can be flat. For example, when you look into space and you see that the moon is round, why would a spherical object circle a flat object?
We've been told that the moon circles the Earth.
Right.
I'm questioning if that is even the truth. I'm even questioning if space is space.
Well, what do you believe space to be currently?
I don't know. Everything is a question mark.
Man.
We all know that man walking on the moon wasn't real.
The American one, that was a farce.
It wasn't real, it was a farce. Yeah. Mm-hmm. We know that. We've got all these billionaires supposedly traveling out to Mars and the moon. Don't know if it's true or not. I ain't seen no evidence. So I'm
what would you
questioning
constitute as evidence? Like, people have got moon rock. Moon rock has been brought
even
back.
The globe. How do you know that it's actual moon? How do you know that it's actual moon rock?
No, of course. I can't prove it.
Yeah, exactly. The globe as we know it is not how the globe actually is. Someone actually did the whole the placement of everything on the globe as we know it is not actually how things are placed in reality. Again, that's another
sizes and
that's
stuff.
a lie that they told us right there. There. So why would I believe you when you tell me, the same people that told me that that's how the globe is supposed to be, that's how the world map looks, and got that wrong, are the same people telling me that the world is round? Okay.
But
I need to look into this and form my
But when
own
you look
decision.
look into space and you see the sun, the moon.
I've never seen the sun. If I looked at the sun, I wouldn't be able to see it all. I'd be blind.
You never watched an eclipse with like the eclipse glasses?
I've seen eclipse. Seen the eclipse.
Okay. So you've seen evidence of the sun?
I don't know if the sun is round or not.
But you've seen the moon?
I've seen the moon.
And you've seen that that's round?
Yeah. That doesn't mean just because the moon is round and the sun is potentially round, although it's a huge star, who knows, doesn't mean the world as well will be Flat earthers believe that there's a dome around the flat earth. So when you're seeing the moon circling, you're actually seeing the moon circling the top half of the dome. The globe itself, the world, the earth itself is not round. They believe that it's flat with a dome over the top of it, which is why when you see the moon circling, that's what you're seeing, it circle, not the actual sphere of the...
So then what happens underneath?
I need to pause. Because my bread, yeah.
So Dami's got bread on the go, if you didn't know. She makes her own bread. Right now, she's doing admin on the bread because the bread is cooking. At some stage, I'm not sure what stage of the cooking is happening. I don't know how to make sourdough bread. I've never made it before. But that's what's going on. So in her absence, I'm asking you guys, what do you think about this flat earth? Because it's definitely round. And I definitely want to get to the bottom of what has shaken up Dami's reality, because how is Earth all of a sudden, you know them ones, like, how did Earth go from being round to potentially being flat? So what I wanted to breach now, or broach, sorry, not breach, is if the world is flat and there's a dome and everything circling on the top dome, then what is underneath?
I don't know.
You just don't know, and that's...
But I did say I need to go do my research and come to an actual decision. At the moment, I don't know. I haven't formed my opinion officially. So that's where we're at.
And what have you seen in nature or otherwise that has supported the idea that the Earth can be flat?
The only thing I can remember is when I was young, I used to stare at the sky a lot. I used to lie on my back and stare at the sky.
Yeah.
And I've seen the dome.
In the dome.
I see it. You can see it like that.
You can see something curving. And so why does the thing that you're seeing curving, that I'm assuming you never see the end of...
You can't see the end of it.
Yeah, so why does that not just keep going around? Why is that not spherical?
That's what I'm questioning.
Okay.
You're asking me questions that I can't answer because I haven't made up my mind.
Okay. But then I guess another thing is...
It's a bit of an unfair grilling.
No. I'm just asking...
I'm going to go do my research and come to a conclusion.
I hear you.
It makes sense to wait for that to happen before you start asking me questions.
No. That's when I'll ask again.
There's no point. That's boring content.
It's not.
At least let's get there first. Then we can come back to it. Then I can be like, okay, this is what I've learned.
Because I thought that there's got to be some initial thoughts and feelings about the things that are more logical to make you believe, okay, maybe this isn't.
But there's nothing to prove or disprove it. That's logical.
I mean, there are, like, for example, if the Earth was flat.
You spoke about the moon. There's something to explain that. We've spoken about the sun. Again, there's something to explain that. The core of the Earth, I don't know what's down there. Again, I'd be basing that logic on what somebody else has told me. So I'm not
talking about the core, though. Yeah, what's on the other side.
And even that, there was a study where they say that the core of the Earth is a certain measurement, right? But someone actually dug deeper than that and found that that's not the core. That the bottom of the Earth goes way further than that. So again, that's another thing to make me question what they've been teaching us all this time. What are you, do you get what, like, it's not making any sense to me. So right now, I'm in that space of, let me go do my own research in it. Let me go read. Let me read round and flat and then make up my mind. But as for now, I'm not just going to be like, my teacher told me that it's round.
When you're reading flat, boy, you're going to be in a rabbit hole land. My last one, yeah? My last one. Because flat. I tell you, there's going to be more literature for flat and it's going to be wild. Anyway, so like the tallest structures in the world, tallest buildings, like I don't know if it's the Burj Khalifa. I'm going to say it is, but I don't know if that's fact. Or like the Himalayas. I live in a high rise. So technically, with a telescope, you can see stars. You can see the moon clearly. So with a telescope, if the world is flat, if I face in the direction of these structures, I should be able to see them, no? Or rather, you should be able to see them.
Not necessarily.
And what would stop that? If, bearing in mind, this is the tallest structures on this planet.
Yeah, because I think that if you were to flatten... I don't know, innit? I said... I said, you're asking me questions. It's not fair because I haven't done my research. But if I was to apply my logic on what I guess they might... I guess they might say is if the world is flat, I think that the world being flat or Earth being flat, the distance might be greater than upwards.
Then upwards.
It's being able to see. So, you said you can see the stars and stuff.
Yeah.
Well, you can't really see the stars. You can see like little constellations within this universe, this realm. But you can't see the actual stars. If you saw the stars, you'd be blind, even through your telescope. But again, by the by, I reckon the distance you can see on your telescope going up is probably less than the distance from one side of the Earth to the other.
Wait, what?
How many days did it take them to get to the moon?
Flying, I have no idea. I can Google it. I have no idea.
I don't know. I don't know the answers.
It's a long time, though.
Yeah, I reckon it's days.
I feel like it's like a month. Or
it's a long time, yeah. I don't know.
But to leave Earth's atmosphere is not long. To get to the moon is...
that's if they even left.
I mean...
Who knows?
Who knows?
Like I said.
Because it ain't no easy mission. I'll tell you that. you got the math got to be mathing, otherwise you miss the moon, and then.
And the thing is, and another reason why I don't believe them, is because they've gone to the moon, but you can't get to the bottom of the sea.
But it's different challenges in order to accomplish each.
You mean in 2024? When did they go to the moon the first time?
Was it 70 something?
Okay, so you're telling me it's been a good 50 years. You lot can develop AI, but you can't develop something that's going to allow you to go all the way.
Sorry, 69. 1669 was the first trip to the moon.
Okay, so it's been 50 something years. Let's say 55 years. You can develop AI. You can go to the Mars. You can go to the moon. But you can't create.
So the difference with the moon and the sea is that in order to go to the moon, or to go to Mars, or to go to the furthest planets in the galaxy, the obstacle is the same. You just need to be able to breach Earth's atmosphere going outwards. And technically for the moon, you have to also be able to do the same coming back.
I know this.
Once they solved how to break Earth's, or how to penetrate Earth's atmosphere. Now. I'm not.
You are, because I'm
explaining to the viewers, because everybody needs to hear.
Oh yeah.
Once you know how to do that.
Yeah.
Once you know how to do that.
Yeah.
Then you've solved the problem of traveling to any distant planet. It's just management of resource like oxygen, food, whatever. But you can get any distance because that's the only obstacle. However, with sea, it's pressure.
It is pressure.
And they haven't worked out a way to negate, because the pressure just increases. So they can obviously build structures to survive up to certain depth. But the depth that the ocean goes, they haven't been able to make something that can withstand that. So withstand.
It's been 55 years. And these lot want us to believe that they haven't been able to create something that can take them to the bottom of the sea. It is well. It is well.
Yeah, the sea is a whole different beast. They say there's more in the sea than there is in space or whatever. Yeah. There's even more biodiversity in the sea than there is on land. Yeah. I can't remember what it's something dumb like there's 10% of the biodiversity of the world is above water.
According to the Bible, God separated the seas in order and put us in the middle. So there's a dome over us. Above that is waters. Below us and below us is water. If you was to draw out how it's described, someone was to draw it, what is described in the Bible, you'd have us, the sea underneath, a dome, and another bit of water on top of us that we can't see. And when you're looking at space, space doesn't even surpass that dome of water. There's even above that. That's where the water is. Because God separated the waters.
I don't know about that one. That sounds like Atlantis. That doesn't sound like...
It's very intriguing. It's not until I started from the beginning in the Bible again, and I was reading it, and I was like, right, hold on a minute, because I tried to visualize. You know, when you're younger, you read, you're not taking it in. Then I read it, I said, hold on a minute. He did that. That's what he did.
The water.
There's water. It makes sense, because if you believe in the concept of heaven and hell has to be beyond space. It has to be. Heaven has to be beyond space. What's separating us from, do you know what I mean? From that outer...
Yeah, but in my understanding of heaven and hell is that they're not of this world.
Of this dimension.
Yeah.
It doesn't say that though.
I know it doesn't say that. Yeah. I'm saying my understanding.
Yeah, that's your understanding.
So I don't position them within.
I just know that the way it's described in Genesis is that he separated the waters like this. We're here underneath. There's water beneath us. That's the sea and all that. But below land, obviously deeper than that, there's still land underneath the sea. But anyway. But above us, there's a dome and there's water.
And heaven is in the water above?
I don't know
or
if
it's
heaven
beyond
is up
that?
there, but I believe it's beyond. I believe it's beyond that. But
Yeah.
that's the imagery that I see. The way it's explained. It's interesting stuff, man. It's interesting stuff. I think it's poetic. I think it's poetic.
I think, yeah.
If I was a creator, I think the way I'm
expression,
the way I'm visualizing it. If I was a creator, I think that's sick, man. Water below, water above. There's a dome. These people be thinking it's round. They don't know that me, the creator. Well, not me. That's blasphemous. But created a whole dome. There's water above that. That's sick. That is so sick.
Yeah.
Of love songs.
I'm definitely not anywhere near subscribing to that one. I think that the world and all that is in it is incredibly complicated.
Yeah.
And
it's hard to
flat Earth to me is a way to understand or to simplify and make understandable something that is incredibly
calling
complex.
The world round is a way to simplify it. Just say it's one big round thing. It's a way to simplify. Either way, I think, can be explained, and either way can be argued is oversimplified. We will never know because no one's ever gone from one end of the earth to the other. It's not possible.
No one's gone from one end because there's no end. That's why.
There's an end to everything.
There's not an end to a sphere.
I don't know if it's a sphere, but a sphere.
But that's what supports the argument that you just made, that no one's gone from one end to the other, because there is no end.
No one's tried. No one's tried it. No one's tried it.
You think no one has tried?
Nobody has tried it because they can't because they don't live that long for you to go. It doesn't make sense.
No one's lived long enough
to go from one end of the earth to another. No one on this earth has traveled every single country. Nobody that has lived has traveled and seen every single country.
Who told you this?
Who told you this?
I'm asking you, who told you this?
I'm just saying. I don't think it's possible.
How is it not possible?
Let's Google it real quick.
Why do you think it's not possible?
I just don't think it's possible.
The world is only covered with things. It's not like...
Let's Google
if you step one foot on and come off, that you've been there.
Has anyone travelled to... Oh, perfect. Google's even... Okay, there is someone. When did they do it? But it says that they're believed to be the first person. Believed.
Yeah, believed to be the first and not the last.
When was this? 1988. Oh, and he says he's been adding the new ones in the years since then. Anyone could say that to you. I need proof. I need proof, man.
I knew he's going to say that, boy.
I need proof. How are you going to say to me, yeah, I've been going to others. It's either you've done it or you haven't. Because there's no real new, technically there's no real new countries. If you really think about it, they just rename the old ones, if that makes sense. They change the names of things,
but
or
they
amalgamate things, or they break things apart and call that a new place. But technically... Interesting.
Wow.
Interesting. But I need to do my research. I need to decide where I'm actually sitting on this, because the first time I heard 100%. About it, I was like, this is ridiculous. I don't know about that. But then now I'm just like, oh, actually, I don't know. I'm just really questioning things in life right now. Do you know what I mean?
I can tell.
Yeah.
I can tell, indeed. Because
it's like, I don't know. I don't want to believe what you lot tell me.
But who are you lot, and what is the benefit of them telling you this lie?
Because they've lied about other stuff. We know, for example, in terms of slavery and stuff, we already know that the education system is taught in a way to benefit the nation at which you are learning it from. So in the UK, the history lessons that we get is so that United Kingdom or Britain or whatever part of the United Kingdom,
it's something you can be patriotic about.
So that in of itself tells me that what we are taught
is subject to
It's
the teacher.
subjective. Yeah. So I need to go do my research. Sorry, you can't come and tell me that the world is round.
I agree.
And I'm just going to be, yes, of course, it's round.
But the thing is, you're able to understand where the subjectivity lies and why you're being told, for example, this gentle story of slavery by Great Britain. You are able to understand. I know why they want it. Do you know what I mean? But my issue, or what I'm calling into question is, so what is the benefit of having everybody on Earth
to placate us?
that the
because
Earth is round?
if we don't question the education system, that's where control begins.
But okay, everyone susses the game. Yeah, no, the Earth is flat. So then, how does that benefit us? What does that change?
It's not the fact that the Earth is flat in of itself that will change anything. It's the questioning of the system that we're under and how they use education to placate us in general.
Okay.
Also, things are believed to a certain point until they're disproved, and then it changes the evolution of the belief around that thing.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So, I agree with that.
So the Earth, we could have been believing for centuries that the Earth is round. Then it is proved that it is flat, and then it just it changes the directory of our beliefs around that going forward. In centuries to come, I don't know, in the 4000s, 5000s, if the Earth makes it that far because of global warming and all that crap, they might actually believe that the world is a triangle. Who knows?
No, but they won't.
Who knows?
But they won't. But they won't. They really won't.
They won't.
Because what you're forgetting as well is that there's satellites in space right now that you definitely do believe in. No, but you do believe in it because you've used Sky before, no? You've had the cable satellite pointing at the sky that's literally hitting the satellite. No, you believe in that. When you was watching Nickelodeon, you was believing in that satellite. I
didn't know the satellite was going to space.
I'm telling you was believing when Sky One was giving you Simpsons, and that you was believing it. And when it
goes to a network here on Earth, not space.
No, the satellite.
Yeah,
dish.
Goes to the dish. It's to link you to the network that's providing you the channel, not space. That's a different satellite. What are we talking about?
No. The satellite was pointing at space. You didn't know that when it was giving heavy rain and the signal was breaking up?
It's not space.
So why you have to face in a specific
for
direction?
example, 4G and stuff. That's not from space. That's from...
Of course that's not from space.
Exactly. It's the same thing.
Apart from Tesla have one, which is from space. Which gives you reception in like bad reception areas.
That's what they want you to believe.
What? Man. God. Damn it. You need to do that research, girl, because what the hell?
That's what they want you to believe.
I don't know, yeah. Listen, I don't know. I'm blaming TikTok. I'm blaming TikTok.
Guys. Yeah, go on.
I'm blaming TikTok because I'm saying, what the hell? The whole thing or just what? I said the whole thing or just what? Because there ain't no way.
What do you mean? I don't know what you're talking about.
You just said I'm trolling. I'm saying the whole thing or what? Because, wow.
I've been trolling. Even from chicken and the egg. BBL Drizzy.
Wow.
BBL Drizzy. There's so much to talk about and we've got so little time.
How is spiritual baby daddy doing?
I don't know what that is.
We just you don't recognize him now that he's tarnished.
I recognize Drake, but I don't know what a spiritual baby daddy is. I don't know what that is. Sorry.
Drizzy, BBL baby daddy.
I think that first of all, nothing's gonna make me hate Drake.
Yeah, of course not.
I love Drake. He definitely lost that beef. He lost that battle.
Oh yeah,
100%. Mm-hmm. He took too long to respond because he's on a freestyle over the BBL Drizzy beat.
Oh, is that real? I didn't even listen because I thought it was AI. I assumed it was AI.
Apparently, I don't know I also thought it was AI.
But I didn't click. I haven't even listened. I just assumed.
Nothing's been debunked, support, like, I don't know. It just came out and then disappeared into the abyss. But anyway, I stand by what I said in the last episode. Kendrick is a lyricist. He's an intelligent lyricist. You can't compare the artists. Therefore, it was always going to be an unfair fight. Drake is a surface level, I create songs for the club. I create songs for the buzz. Commercialized artist. Mm-hmm. Kendrick is more about the arts and the poetry in hip-hop rap. Mm-hmm. So Kendrick was always going to win. I believe I said that last time, that Drake should just...
Really?
I even said last time, I was like, he should hang it up.
No. I know. No, I agree that.
Yep. I said he should hang it up. I said, I don't see... Drake can't respond. What do you respond with? It's not within his capacity. I know that.
I don't have the capacity.
But at the end of the day, Rihanna can't sing like Beyonce, but I still loved Rihanna.
Oh, yeah.
Drake can't rap like Kendrick. I still listen to Drake more than Kendrick. And I love rap and hip hop, but I still like Drake. If I want to hear something deep and I want to be in my feelings and I want to get technical and sit there and ponder on the rap all day, every day and try to understand what he's trying to say, I'll listen to Kendrick. If I want easy on the ears, hype, have a laugh, have some fun, I'll go to Drake. Simple.
You're in the shopping centre and you want something compatible with...
My car, in the club, in my house, in the gym, I'm listening to Drake. Mm-hmm. Kendrick, I have to feel like it.
That's the difference. I feel like I always feel like it.
Let's put it this way. It's like watching a light-hearted comedy show. Mm-hmm. It's like watching My Wife and Kids. Right. Yeah. That's Drake. It's a hit. It's been going for a long time. Cool. When I want to concentrate and I go on Disney Channel and I go and watch Shogun.
I still haven't watched that down.
Right. That show, you have to concentrate. You can't watch it and have it in the background and pick up what is going on. You have to be like, okay, I'm going to sit down, no distractions, put my phone away, lock in. If you miss a bit of it, you got to start again because you've missed it. That's Kendrick. It's too different. It depends on your mood and your vibe. So I personally, I'm like, I get it. You lot are so hyped that Kendrick won, whatever. But I genuinely think if you're from the UK specifically, you are not Black American. You are Black from the UK. We should just appreciate the fact that they're two different separate artists. We're not in the beef the way the Americans are in the beef. Culturally, context-wise, everything. It's not that deep. I really enjoyed Not Like Us. I was very surprised for Kendrick. I've been out since then. I went to a club. They dropped it. It went off. I said, cool. That's the first time a Kendrick tune has dropped in a club and everyone's gone off that I can think of. That didn't have a feature. Somebody else on it. Different vibe. So I was like, you know what? I'll give it to you, Kenny. A little bit more of that, please. Thank you very much. And that's it. That's my analysis.
I wonder what he's coming with. Because his album's dropping, I think, next month.
Will I be running to listen to it? Probably not.
I always would have been running to listen to it. Beef with Drake or not, because Ken is my guy. Yeah. Like you say, like it's a concentration thing. It's a focus thing.
Yeah, it's a focus thing.
I don't like doing passive listenings per se. Unless it's like soulful...
There's
music,
a time and a place,
like,
man.
That can hit me in the
background. There's no way that you concentrate like that every single. It's exhausting. There's a time and a place. That's what I'm trying to say. There's a time and a place. There's a time when you want it to be. For example, you're not gonna go to a party and be like, I need to concentrate. No, you want to have a good time. You just want to. That's it. That's Drake. When you want to be like, let me get into this. That's Kendrick. There's a time and a place. And no one can tell me that you're constantly in one box. That will make your life very boring.
I'm more so in one than the other.
If you're constantly
Yeah.
in hype, you're not a serious candidate. If you're constantly in serious Kenny, you're boring. I'm sorry. You need a bit of...
Man.
I feel like in life,
Kenny's the
everything's
vibe.
about balance. That's what I say.
Balance, yeah. But that's the thing. I really don't listen to music unintentionally. It's very much like...
But you can still be intentional.
New,
you can still be intentional like that. Do you get what I mean?
Yeah,
like you can
no, I know.
You can
but I don't really
intentionally
do party music without partying.
Yeah. So like with me, like music is a big part of my life. My cousin from New York, one of my cousins that lives in New York, who's actually a listener. He's like a loyal listener of ours. We've shouted him out before.
Oh yeah. Mm-hmm.
He came to the UK over the bank holiday, and we were like with the fam. And then he must have been like, yeah, because Dammy, you're a music head. And he knows me, innit? He knows me proper. And I forgot how much he knows me. So when he was like, you're a music head, I was like, do you know what, yeah? Thank you for appreciating that, because I am. Like, there's always music playing around me. And I'm intentional with the music I'm playing, depending on how I'm feeling and my mood and whether I've got the brain space to go, okay, or not, right? Mm-hmm. Even Kendrick's Euphoria diss, when it first dropped, I couldn't listen to it straight away because mentally I wasn't ready to sit there and be like, okay, let me hear what Kendrick is saying and try and understand. You know, like if I'm not feeling it, I'm not feeling it to do that. Likewise with Drake, there's been some stuff that he's brought out and I wasn't in the mood for that. So that doesn't mean I'm not intentional. I'm intentional with what I'm listening to. The intent is, how do I feel right now? What do I feel for? Do you get what I'm saying? And my point is that both artists are good at what they do for what they're good at. Do you get what I'm saying? And Drake just isn't that level. That doesn't mean he's less of an artist than Kendrick. He just has his box. And I think
that the beef culturally in America and why everyone is so rejoiceful that Ken has done what he's done at this specific time is because the American rap scene has been looking a very bad way for a very long time.
I agree.
And a lot of people put that down to Drake because he's like the front
crazy.
runner.
That's crazy.
It's not him doing it, but he's not changing it.
Yeah, but he does. It's not for him
collaborating
to change.
with.
Yeah.
No, but yeah, I think arguably.
Yeah, I think rap has been going down from when we had the likes of people like Soulja Boy turning rap into a caricature where it's like dance routines, and that's not what rap was about. Rap and hip hop was about telling a story, and for African Americans, particularly, it's an expression of their culture, what they've been through, stuff like that. That's what it was supposed to be. But when they started turning rap, hip hop into things like I gave Soulja Boy as an example, that's the type of era that was shaping what we see today. Drake, in the midst of that, like I said, Drake, as far back as I can remember, and I was listening to Drake when he didn't even have an album, just mixtapes. And his music was never, let me tell you about, because he's not from there.
Yeah, he ain't.
And and the funny thing is, he's never said he was from Atlanta. He's never claimed a place. Do you get it? His music is, yes, he culture appropriates, but I've explained that last time. I think he does it because he's trying to be commercial. He's trying to make money. This is a career move for him. He's not in it like that. And this is why I made that reference earlier when I said, if you're from the UK, the way we will view the beef, it shouldn't be as deep for us as it is for people that are actually from America, because black people that live in America, especially if you're not like an immigrant in the way that we understand it to be here, you're African American, right? In its own subdivision culture. Their culture, way of life, everything, hip hop is part of that. So I get why for them, they needed Kendrick to come back and be like, no, actually, I represent our culture. You don't, because you're Canadian. You have no right to be acting like you're one of us. You're not. They're not like us. Simple. So I get why for them, it meant what it meant. But for people like me and you, who just enjoy the music for what it is, it's not that deep, innit? And we will never understand, I don't think, understand that part of why this beef is so integral to their culture in that way. In terms of putting the blame on Drake's back for how the hip-hop industry is, it's totally and wholly unfair, I believe, because it's not Drake's responsibility to do that. And if you're going to argue, or if Americans are going to argue that he's not like them, he's not American, he shouldn't even be using the N-word, then it was never his responsibility to shape the rap industry back to what it used to be. It should have been Kendrick. I actually think if Drake had done that, it would make people like Kendrick look bad. Why is a Canadian coming along to come and reshape your hip-hop that actually belongs to you? So I think I think poetic justice, I think it's good that Kendrick came along from the culture originally, understands the culture originally, and said, I'm going to reclaim back what it's supposed to be. And in doing that, he's opened everyone's eyes to what I was saying last time. Drake is in one box, Kendrick is in another. They are not comparable. I don't expect people to compare them. It's not the same. There is a time for Drake and there is a time for Kendrick. And when you understand, when you look at music holistically, away from the emotion, away from the culture, away from all of that, and you just look at it for what music is, you understand that and you're like, there's no point in this beef, it's dumb. And I clocked that from early. I was like, this beef is stupid. But you know what? I get it. For the culture that I'm not part of, I get why you're so, like, people in the culture are so like, this has got to be, do you get it? Why they were so invested. I get that. I mean, if it was Afro beats,
nah, man,
I would be invested too. If it was like, I don't know, Ed Sheeran has for years been culture appropriating Afro beats. And I don't know, Burna Boy comes along and goes, you know what, yeah, I've had enough of this guy. I'm going to take it back. I would be like, come on, Burna. I would be so invested because that is my culture. But this isn't. So I can just look at it from a musical perspective and be like, yeah, Kendrick trashed him. I understand why he needed to do that. And he should have been the one to do it. Great. Great. We can move on now. I can guarantee, though, when Drake comes out with another banger, these same people that are screaming Kendrick, they're still going to listen to Drake anyway. So we could just...
Oh, yeah, of course.
Do you know what I mean? Like, it's not... No one ever gets cancelled for real, okay?
Hey, he's not cancelled. He's just not cool right now.
Kendrick just came and put him in his place and let him know that, listen...
Yeah, fully.
This culture is not yours. It's not yours, okay? You don't embody what hip-hop is supposed to be and what it was created for. He's come out, he's done that job perfectly. Mwah. Lovely, nice. Okay, now everybody can go back to their boxes and do their own thing. Drake will come out with a banger one day and it'll be the hit for the summer and everybody will go back to, look at this guy, but the song bangs. So it is what it is.
Yeah, it's an interesting one. I do want to see what happens with Drake's summer track because he posted about, like when he was done with the beef. Before I heard about this BBL Drizzy thing, he did say something about like back to the summer bangers or something
like
about,
that.
Yeah,
and that's what he's there for. You know what I mean? Like that's what he's there for. Because when I think of Drake, that's what I think of. When I think of Drake, I don't think hard hitting lyrics. He's so deep.
Oh, man. No, of course not. No, but I definitely have a lot of love for certain Drake songs and certain Drake moments in history, but. I think in this rap battle, more than his music, because I don't think anyone's questioning Drake's music ability, Kendrick questioned his character.
I think people have questioned his music ability because a lot of people were like, Drake is off the back of it, the consumers, a lot of them were like, Drake is crap compared to Kendrick, and it became ability. Both of them questioned each other's character. Actually spoke about this on TikTok. I was like, people are so focused on who's winning the beef. Are you lot not hearing the allegations coming from both sides? And it's always women in the middle. And everybody doesn't focus on that. On one hand, we've got Kendrick is an abuser. Trigger alert, trigger warning. Kendrick is an abuser, beats up women, doesn't even date black women. But he wants to talk about he's for the people. Then you've got Drake on the other side, predator. These are big allegations. Yeah, women it's women that are being abused, and all people care about is BBL Drizzy. This guy is talking about Nah. I just feel like it's to me, maybe because I'm a woman, and obviously as a woman, we're sensitive to these things. So when like it's like rah. So this is what you lot are using to insult each other, basically, right? Cool. I guess that's hip hop, innit? It's fine, whatever. But both of them try to go through each other's character. Drake came off worse because, you know, Drake doesn't display his Canadian culture. He displays everything else. So because of that in of itself, it's like, well, you're not even acting like who you actually are. So straight away, he just looks worse off than Kendrick, I feel. And that's me oversimplifying it. But yeah, I'm glad Kenny obviously wiped the floor with Drake. Drake's comebacks, they were good songs in isolation.
They were dope songs, man. Dope songs.
In isolation, they were great. But next to what Kendrick had come out with and the speed at which Kendrick was coming out with banger, 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 Drake lost it for that alone. Plus, we know that Drake's got ghostwriters, this, that. It just finished it. Plus the fact that there's a lot of people that don't like Drake, which I still think is because they're haters. It just made Drake, he's a losing group. So obviously everyone's like, yeah, Drake's a loser, move on. But like I said, everyone that's going on about Drake a loser, Drake will come out with a bang. He will. I know that for sure. This is not finished his career. He's going to come out with something and everyone's like, oh my God, I'm not going to lie, that Drake song bang.
Yeah, he just needs some time away. He just needs a little time away.
Just needs to go and sit down. Stop doing an album every year. Time. Just go quiet, go underground, Go and re-identify who you are. Go back to the Drake we all loved in the beginning. Go back to that guy.
That's the only thing that I think is probably not going to happen. And it's like, I think he's too far gone. Because like all the things that he was being cussed about, the Drake that we fell in love with wasn't any of those things, really. So it's like,
I don't know, man. I feel like Drake has always...
I've been a Drake fan for a while as well, like mixtapes. And what he represented as being the tangent he was going to come with versus where he's actually landed, I wouldn't say he's landed anywhere near where I thought he was going.
Yeah, I think Drake never presented himself as a biracial guy who didn't live in the hood. Do you know what I mean? He never ever came across as that guy. He always, to me, I think from day one, Drake always came across as like the typical hip hop guy. It just wasn't deep. He's never been deep. Like, and I will stand by that because I can't name one song where Drake's lyrics were so deep and for the black people and for he's never done that. He's always, do you know what I mean? So I think the trajectory of his career is as it should have been. The only thing, and is what I would have expected, the only thing that I would say has changed in Drake is the whole F-boy thing, because Drake came across as a bit of a simp.
I thought he was a lover,
Yeah, he was a lover boy. And then we all know Rihanna came along, broke his heart, and then now he's trying to act like this hard nut guy that I don't think he actually is genuinely.
Drake
and I've spoken about this
around
before
like he's a certified gunman.
He acts like
he shoots people.
He reminds me of them teenage boys that have that one heartbreak at 16 and then they grow up their whole life, don't get over the trauma, and they still act like a grown-ass teenage hurt boy to the age of 40, 50, 60. That's what Drake is giving. So he's giving fake F-boy. He wears his heart on his sleeve, but he's acting like his heart is made of ice and stone. And that's not true. And that's why I'm saying I just want Drake to heal. I've said this before as well. He needs to heal and go back to creating songs like he did Marvin's Room, Over My Dead Body. Go back to that. That's the music we loved. That's the Drake we like. He gives us hip hop, but he gives it from a simpy vibe. That's what we like. Come back with that, because that's where his deepness. That's as far as his deepness would go when he's talking about that stuff. Do you get it?
But I felt like it was quite deep though, because it was an untapped arena. Emotionally, it was an untapped ground, and he tapped it very well.
And he tapped it, and he dominated it. That was him. That was almost like Drake's genre. That's where he should have stayed.
Yep.
And
that's what I mean about trajectory. I think
what I want him
has
to come back to.
changed his trajectory. Because what I listen to now, even the songs that I love, I'm like, you know what? I love this song from Drake. But the guy that I fell in love with as a musician, I would have never said he would make this song. Even though I love it.
I don't know.
He was never going to make this.
I do think he would have made... I don't think that. I think he tapped into a specific... Because from what I remember of Drake's first listening to Drake back in 07, 08, he had a mixture of different types of music. He had the simpy lover boy hip hop, and then he had the party hip hop, talking about money, girls, that stuff. And I think what he's done is he's lent too far into girls and money and stepped away from the simpy, wear my heart on my sleeve, lover boy hip hop that we liked. And it just so happens that he's laced a lot of it with summertime vibes, clubbing vibes. He's gone into areas of grime, because grime in of itself, I mean, it's in the name. Grime is grimy. Do you get it? So I think he tried to bring that F-boy grimy vibe because it fits that dark era that he was in. He's tried to do it with Future, but Future brought in the club vibe again. Do you get what I mean? I think he's tried to lean onto that part and left the simpy stuff. But it just so happens that the simpy stuff came across as deep because he was talking about stuff and talking about his heart and relationships and heartbreak in a way that other hip-hop artists weren't. And that's what we liked. That's why we thought he was deep. So actually, he should just... I mean... You can't fake heartbreak. You can't fake those emotions. But I feel like he just needs to go back to bringing us that vibe again. Or stick to strictly club bangers. One or the other. Don't try and do this dark stuff and this grimy, trying to be hard-hitting hip-hop. That's not you, babes. That's the part that shocks me. But the whole party vibes, like One Dance, all that. I expect
One Dance, for sure.
Do you know what I mean? Sure. Or even... Even even some of the dance stuff that he come up with recently, when you listen to the lyrics of those and like the beats laced underneath those, it is giving like trying to be party vibe Drake, right? Cool, I'm fine with that because he was always giving us that. It's just that music's evolved. It's had its moment, so he tapped into that a little bit. Fine, cool, commercially makes sense. But that grimy area that he went into, where he was trying to, it's not him. It doesn't come across as believable.
You just
because I know Drake before was doing up over my dead body. Like, come on, let's be real. Yeah. It doesn't make sense. So I think that's the problem that Drake has, and I think if he goes away, he should just look at his history and be like, this works. Let me not reinvent the wheel. This is what they love me for, and go back to that.
So when I'm just checking that this is true because I heard it and I never got... Yeah, he did. Because you said uts, and then it just reminded me that album, I can't remember what the rationale was, but that Honestly Nevermind album, he dropped it on Kendrick's birthday because it was a subliminal. These might have been beefing for so long.
But Kendrick started it though. Time ago.
I haven't heard it. I have no idea.
So basically what happened was, back when Kendrick first was coming out, Drake did a show and brought Kendrick along, yeah? Yeah. Drake's trying to backtrack and say that he doesn't even want Kendrick to come. Someone persuaded him to have Kendrick on his party, whatever. But I feel like he's just talking because, Drake's petty, right? So I feel like he's just said that he's petty. When Kendrick came out with a song, I can't remember the name of the song. He came out with a song and it was the one where he was basically like, oh, like I got mad respect for all of you lot, but...
Yeah, I know which one you're talking about. Cool. So that's Big Sean's song.
Right, so Drake took that personally because Drake was like, why are you... Like, it's almost like, why am I in this? I brought you onto my show. Like, if it wasn't... like, cool, you're talented in that, but I brought you along onto my tour. Do you get it? So why are you coming for me? And like I said, Drake wears his heart on his sleeve. He's hella sensitive. Do you know what I mean? Like, he acts like, I'm not even, it says bad stereotype, but we say what we want on this podcast. He acts like a girl. Like, he's very sensitive.
Really.
Do you get what I'm saying? So he took that personal. That was
especially because that fade was hella respectful as well. If you listen to that song, it's hella respectful, and he hella held everyone up and said, "I love all of you lot, but I'm coming for the crown. Right. I'm trying to be the best."
And Drake took that as, bruh, I brought you on my tour. So who are you? Do you get it? The audacity of it is what it is. I'm not in his mind, innit? That's the catalyst. So from there, they've been doing what I like to call mass bus, because, you know, me, the Yoruba baby me, they've been going like this tete-a-tete.
Subliminal.
Since then, it was a matter of time. It was a volcano waiting to erupt, and we've had it now. And it is what it is. What I want Drake to do is to go quietly, like I said, look at his career. It's a long-standing career. 08. Let's just give it, say it's from 08. It's been before that, but let's say 08 to 2024. Go and look at your history. No one can take that from Drake. Go and look at that, and then come back the Drake we all love.
Yeah, because he definitely
in the context
walked the path
of 2024,
hero to villain.
Yeah, go back to the Drake we love musically. In the context of 2024, because music's changed since then. Give us a 2024 old school Drake version now. People will love it.
If he can, man.
I hope he can.
You know what it is? I think he's suffering from an identity crisis. I think he has adopted so many different areas and artists that he don't know who he is.
I think Drake's running from something, and I think it's that heartbreak. If you look at like I said, Drake is lighthearted, but I've dissected his albums and I've when you look at it in chronological order, you can even see the point at which Drake started
the heartbreak is just
and the music started to get. Do you know, it's sad. It's like, and that's why I compare him to them guys that don't heal, man. They get that one heartbreak in primary school. And that's it. Their life was going straight.
But then it's hard as well for a superstar. Like, where does he find the time when he's just been on the road?
He's got all the money and everything in the world. What are you talking about? MJ used to bring out an album every 4 years. Beyonce, similar. There's time. No one's begging you to bring an album out every single year. With Drake...
His contract might be...
With Drake, we loved him enough. Love him enough for him to relax. Just relax. Is it every year you have to bring something out and you bring out a subpar? Why are you working at the same rate as Chris Brown? You don't need to do that. You don't need to do that.
Chris Brown, what? Nah. No one is working at the same rate as Chris Brown, because he's bringing out an album every year with 50 tracks. You're like, bro, 50? 50.
There's no need for Drake to do that, because Drake has legacy music. I was on TikTok scrolling and someone posted the intro. They were like, this is the best intro. There's no intro that tops this intro. And it was Over My Dead Body, the intro. And it took me back to when I first heard it. I had to shut down my phone, like to come off of TikTok to play it. I was like, I need to hear it again. I need to hear it properly. Put my headphones on. I was like, oh my God, this is beautiful. Do you understand me? Drake has legacy music. He could have chilled for a year or two to lick his wounds and come out strong. Not every year you're coming out of an album and everyone's like, no, another one. Another Drake drop. Swear. Didn't he do one 6 months ago?
Especially not the last few, boy. Like the one with 21, I was like,
I didn't even listen to it. And I love Drake.
That's not my kind of music.
I didn't even listen to it. I said, Drake, come on, man.
I said, yuck, bro.
And this is what...
And then I bet you it probably was cooking one up with Sexy Red, probably.
100%.
Like, as I'm now deep in the beef...
I feel like the one with Sexy Red would slap though.
Yeah, it would have slapped, but I don't think it's going to happen now.
Because Drake, what's it? Drake's...
That Coochie Breathe.
Yeah, whatever it's called, right? Drake's baby... Something Baby Daddy, whatever it's called.
Rich Baby Daddy.
Rich Baby Daddy. That song bangs. It bangs. Yeah, that's the Drake I love. Do you get it? It bangs.
I don't think that one's coming out anymore.
It might come out.
You know why I don't think it's coming out? Because of what Ken said about, I bet when he stands next to Sexy Red, he thinks he sees two bad bees. I think that line is so poignant in the song that I think that would hurt their rollout.
I don't think that Drake cares.
No, I think he does.
I think it will come out because Drake has no shame.
I think he does. No, it's less than the shame. I think like
you think marketing-wise.
Market 100%.
I think it can be spun. I think it can be. I think the fact that it came out is even catalyst for them to. Do you know how ballsy it would be for them to bring out? And people will be like, "Oh my god, let's go hear it."
They'll definitely listen.
Remember, bad publicity is still good publicity. So people will be talking about it and they'll still go listen to it.
Yeah, but it'll just feed into him getting mocked. It'll feed into him getting the mock. But I think it's reached a point. I think it's reached a point where like now he's seeing how it's damaging the brand. It wasn't damaging the brand before Ken. People were challenging him, but not to the point of damage. I
think Drake cares about numbers more than anything. If we're saying which means he'll get the numbers if he drops it. But
he's assigned. You have to remember he's a signed entity like by Nike, but like there's bare people that make money off of Drake being cool. And the reason why the beef stopped is because of how much money other entities that are associated with Drake were losing. They are the people who stopped the beef. They are the people who got in the middle and said,
of course,
you don't say nothing about him. He doesn't say nothing about you.
Of course.
We did it here.
It's all political. I get that. But I still think that...
Bare money.
I think that it's either going to be leaked, it will be released as an unofficial... If it
was leaked, that's the best way it could come out.
We're going to get it. It's a shame.
If it's a thing.
I think that as consumers as well, we need to know, we need to allow our greats to bow out and just let them bow out in general, so that they don't taint our memory of them. Because with like, for example, with Beyonce, we talk about this all the time, but to me, Beyonce's legacy is tainted. How I remember Beyonce is not
this cowboy thing.
And let me say, I have to say, Cowboy Carter pains me to say, is a good album for what it is. Not for Beyonce, for what it is. Do you understand me? Right? A commercialized country album with a bit of a urban flair. It's a great album for that, for that description. But for Beyonce, I have to draw the line. Beyonce to me, is better than Cowboy Carter. And I feel that for a lot of us that have listened to her for a long time, she's tainted how we view her, and that's a shame.
I mean, I didn't listen to it, so it's not even tainted for me. I said, hell to the no.
But the fact that you know that it's there, because back in the day, you would listen to a Beyonce album because it's Beyonce.
Okay, so I've always skipped some.
Okay.
So for me, there was a moment in time when I saw Beyonce and I said, you know what? She's singing to the white people right now. She ain't singing to me. She was giving hella ballads. And I was like, this ain't for me. Fair enough. To say that black people don't like ballads, but me looking at her, I knew what she was doing was no longer for me. So I said, I'm going to tap out. I'm going to check in. Exactly. I said, I'm going to check in when I feel like you're talking to me, and we'll keep it like that. So I already had that taint on her legacy.
Cool, fair enough.
But Cowboy, I don't even care who that's for. That one for me is a hell no. Renaissance, I was like, not my vibe, but okay.
Fair enough.
Cowboy was a double down.
As a Beyonce ex-fan, Beyonce could have brought out anything. She could have brought out an album with silence and just said...
Silence sponsored by Beyonce.
Oh, literally one track. Beyonce knows. And I would have been like, wow, she's a visionary. She's amazing. She's a great performer. Yes! That's how much of a fan. I'm so glad that God cut that idolizing boy, because Beyonce, like I'm not really one of those people that idolizes people. I see famous people, I'm like, listen, they poop the way we poop. They fart the way we fart. They sleep the way we... But Beyonce, every concert I was there, and I'd be watching her in awe, like, oh my God, the first concert I went to, I cried at the end. That's how. I don't think you understand. You see me talking about Drake. You think I'm not a Drake fan? Beyonce. There's nothing she couldn't bring out. Halo, whatever. This girl could have fired on the track. I'd have been like, genius. Do you understand me?
No, you lot don't get it. You don't get it.
You don't get it. Like, did you not hear the key? Like the fuck? Come on. Listen, right. So there's fans like there's ex fans like me that will ride or die Beyonce that are no longer for various reasons. But for some of us that just wanted the Beyonce we know, the Beyonce we fell in love with, and we get Renaissance and Cowboy Carter, it's like, this is wild. Do you understand me? It's tainted how we see her. Because I still loved Halo. I still love Baby Boy.
Yeah, like
even
Halo
though
was like...
Baby Boy was poppy.
No, Baby Boy I love. See, Baby Boy I love.
To me, it was poppy.
Pop. It's hella pop. But I know that it's for me. It's for me and them.
Because remember, I'm a serious R&B babe. R&B babe. Okay, I don't want to use the word racist, but me, I like my black music. That's how I used to see. That's how I was, right? The only blighs I gave, the only people that I gave a blight to were Spice Girls, All Saints, Maroon 5, Oasis. No, not even Oasis. What's that group? They sang Yellow.
No, blame it on the Yellow.
No, it's called Yellow. The song's called Yellow. It's got Chris, what's his name, as the lead singer.
Chris who?
I forget his surname, man. You're asking me, sir. You forgot who you're talking to? Coldplay. Right, cool.
Yeah, come up, Coldplay.
Coldplay, right. Those were the only exceptions to the rule. I only listen to me and Pop. Okay, Britney. I give Britney and Christina Aguilera.
Oh, Britney I got down with. Britney and that Black album, I consumed that album.
But remember, apart from Coldplay, the others had an urban, like some of them, they did a couple urban-y tracks here and there. Do you understand me? So I was able to get in. Cool. JT as well, but again, I only liked JT when he was in urban music. As soon as he started moving on, I said, I'm out.
Man said, man of the mountains. I said mountains? I said, oh, you must be talking back to your white people again. This album made for me. Yeah, this album made for me, boy.
Honestly.
I was in the club with you and Pharrell and Timbaland, but now you're going back to the mountain. That's
peace.
Enjoy that hype.
I did the same thing with R&B artists that move. So like Usher, there's a whole segment of Usher's music I did not listen to.
Yeah.
Because it just wasn't
to be fair, as sick as Usher is, and the fact that I'm going to see him in concert next year, the only albums I like for Usher is just 8701, Confessions.
But
that's it, really.
But this is the point I'm trying to make.
That's it, really.
This is the point I'm trying to make. As soon as he started moving to something else, I said, nah, I'm bowing out. Yeah? So I say all of that to say, someone like me that is very specific in the type of music she likes, for Beyonce to come out with pop music, ballad, and I still love it, says how much I loved Beyonce. But this current stuff, I'm like, nah, sis, I can't get behind you. And then there's people that I'm friends with and that I know in real life who we bonded over Beyonce music back in the day, like uni and stuff like that, who loved Beyonce, maybe even more than me. They can't get behind Renaissance and Cowboy Carter. That says a lot. So I say all of that to say, I feel like as consumers, we should actually be okay with artists going, I've given you what I've given you to this point and I'm not giving you no more. But what happens is everyone gets greedy. We want more from them. Like Rihanna. Rihanna should not come out with another album. I love where she left her music career.
Where she left off is great. I definitely want another album, though. I'm not going to lie.
But that's because we're greedy. Because if she comes out with another album and it's trash, what are we going to say?
Hey,
see what I'm saying? Yes. I like where she's left it. Leaves us wanting more, but we still love her for what she was. Remember the Super Bowl performance? Everyone was gassed for it. She did it and everyone was like, what the hell was that?
Because she had Baby Bump. No one was expecting Baby Bump.
She needs to know when to bow out. just
They'd already
gracefully.
signed up her contract and whatnot for the Super Bowl. That was a done deal. The bump was,
Cool,
you know what I mean?
but the vocal.
Well, I didn't really listen to it like that.
I'm using Rihanna as an example of leave them wanting more. Bow out when you know it's the right time for me to leave. Don't keep it going. And then all we remember of you is the last 5, 6, 7 years of trash. I don't want that for Drake. We still remember...
I was going to bring it back to Drake as well, yeah.
We still remember Drake's bangers. I still listen to One Dance. I still listen to stuff way before that. I still listen to Successful. I still listen to all from 08. The last few albums since COVID, I don't listen to them so much. I need Drake to either gracefully bow out and not do any more music or give us what we want. If he give us more of this crap, I can just see in the next however many years people forgetting the Drake that we grew up to love. And that would be a big shame.
Because I think the dark Drake has lasted longer than the original Drake.
I wouldn't say longer. I would say up until 2016, right?
Is what?
When we got the One Dance album. I don't want dance.
Can't tell you.
That was 2006. That was 2016. I think it's Views. After that, things were getting higgy-hagger.
So it's even Stevens right now. If we're in 2024.
8 years.
If we're in 2024.
That's what I'm saying.
It's even Stevens.
That's what I'm saying. He needs to go back.
It's even Stevens.
The next move for Drake, I feel
is the one that defines
his career.
That's the one that defines.
Time is going. I did want to talk about Diddy.
Oh, you did? I didn't know you did.
I did want to talk about Diddy because I'm sure you've seen the video and everything.
Oh, yeah.
Trigger warning. I ain't got a lot to say about Diddy. All I want to say is he needs to be thrown in jail like Robert Kelly. That's where he needs to be. In reality, do I think it's going to happen? No. Because a lot of, like, for example, the Cassie thing, first of all, they've had the civil case.
Yeah, that's done.
She's paid for.
That's done.
Secondly, statute of limitations means that anything he done back then anyway is so long ago that it's not enough to throw him in jail. The difference between him and Robert Kelly is Robert Kelly was still doing his trash till more recently.
Right.
Which is why he was, do you know what I mean? So it's different. I don't think Diddy is gonna go to jail, but that's what I want for him. The other thing I want to say about Diddy is I think it's a shame, and it disgusts me. It actually disgusts me that people try to justify his behavior. I am
online and I said online.
Online,
you see that
yeah,
TikTok,
yeah. Online, people are like, "Oh, they're trying to bring a black man down." Yawn. Oh, it's Cassie's fault. She wanted the fame and the fortune, and again, two things can be true at once. That doesn't mean that excuses how he treated her. He released his apology video where he didn't even address Cassie. To me,
I don't think he's not allowed to say her name.
Oh,
legally.
Well, fair enough. I don't care, but he could have said, "I'm sorry to the victim. I'm sorry to the person that he doesn't have to say her name to apologize to her." It was giving, crap, you caught me now. So I got to say something to save my image. Threw out there that he's in therapy. He was going through a dark time. He's turned his life to Christ. Sorry, I'm a Christian, but I'm also human. I'm not Jesus himself. So that whole forgiveness thing, pretty much.
Mad.
I'm not trying to forgive nobody. He's a disgusting being. He's a monster. I feel the same way about him as I do about Robert Kelly. And I just think it's a shame that people can overlook what someone has done because they like the artist that much. And they do a few sob story online and everyone's like, "Oh, no. You did what you did. You're only crying now because the video came out." He vehemently was denying it when that 30-page document came out. And then now that your house has been raided and this video is surfaced, now you're saying you was in a dark place. Shut up. And go and crawl into a hole and pass away. That's how I feel about Diddy. And that's all I wanted to say. I think that pretty much summarizes my feelings around the whole situation. But this is what I'm going to throw it to you in case there's anything you wanted to say.
Nah, that Diddy thing was wild. And I just, it was just wild. And you just got to see it and you're just like, wow. Because one thing, knowing, and there's always been various stories about Diddy. You know what I mean? He's had stories about him to do with everything, whether it be he had, oh man, I can't remember what the show was. It was like on MTV. They did a life follow, like fly on the wall type thing with Diddy, and they were saying that working with him, like he has these blackout moments or something. They called it something where basically he goes into a fit of rage and he just starts getting bare, like, let's just say toxic and a bit aggressive verbally. That was years ago. So it's like, it's the full circle of seeing those things that were fairly documented, like, this is just a part of being with Diddy, and then you're like, oh snap, this is the other side of it when you're just alone and he's the person that's supposed to be, you know what I mean? It was a lot. And then I watched his video and I was just like, bruh, it's a wrap. Like, it's just a wrap. Just, I don't know why you bothered, because it's a wrap.
A part of me feels like he'll survive it because, like I said, there's people that are willing to forgive and overlook it. And
by survive, what do you mean?
I think he will be cancelled for a piece, but Diddy will still have his millions, still be able to do what he wants to do. I don't think it's going to harm him that much. He's still got all of his followers. He's got people. Do you know what I mean? I just don't think he's going to be cancelled.
Do you think he could still perform? Like, as in, not right now, but I mean, do you think he will get on stage again?
Yeah. If they can do that for Chris Brown, why won't they do? And Chris Brown is a nobody in comparison to P Diddy.
I think, Chris Brown's situation was very different though. Like, he didn't hide from it. He faced into it immediately.
And they still hated him for it.
Yeah, no, I know. But the difference is that he didn't have the opportunity to lie to his fans. So something happened. It was immediately, Chris Brown did this, and then he immediately made his, okay, I'm sorry, mum's here, I'm trying to be a better person, except whether you believe it or not, but he never lied to his fans outright. It just wasn't good. He also had the benefit, not that it's a benefit / thing, but he also had the fact that he was super young. They were both young. They were obviously in some kind of toxic relationship, and it was evident that it was a two-way thing, but she came off far worse than him because he's the guy.
And she also forgave him.
And she forgave him, yeah.
I still think that Diddy will get away with it eventually. I think that in that industry, the people that hold the purse strings, that have the power, that are able to monopolize, don't give a heck about what Diddy did or what anyone like Diddy does. Because it's a very patriarchal industry. Women are not forgiven as easily as men. And Diddy makes money, good money for these people. So there's actually no reason. He mixes in circles that's different to Chris. That's why I said, I get what you're saying about Chris Brown, but Chris Brown is small fish in a very big ocean. Diddy's a very big, he's a shark compared to a little fish like Chris Brown. Diddy has more people backing him, both fellow artists and people at the top. He's more protected.
I think it's different.
So I
hear what you're saying.
Will go quiet for a little bit, but he's gonna come out fine on the other side, because I feel like the people that control that industry, they don't understand the trauma and the extent of what Diddy has done.
Oh, they understand it. I just don't think they care. But I also don't think
When I say
I don't think the
understanding, I mean
narrative.
care. 'Cause
Yeah,
I feel like you
sorry.
can understand something surface level, but to truly understand it means to like off topic. For example, when men, like, I was on the phone to my friend the other day, and I was walking Toby late at night because I had to, and I had one earphone in my ear, and I kept looking around, and my friend called me, guy, he calls me, and in the beginning he was like, "Oh, you're out." And then I kept looking, he was like, "You keep looking around." I was like, "Yeah, because I don't feel safe walking the streets as a woman at this time of night. Even though I've got a dog, I don't feel safe." I had to explain that. And then he was like, "Oh, yeah, that makes sense. Let me know when you get in," type thing. His mind didn't go there. He understands it, but he doesn't understand it. Do you get where I'm coming from? Because that's not your reality. You don't have to. That's what I'm trying to say. So I feel like men, to an extent, unless you're a man that's actually been abused, if you haven't been, you won't understand the extent of what Diddy has done. So I think a lot of, in that industry, we already know that industry is dark and there's a lot of stuff that happens in there. The people that are powerful, like, they don't understand it from the victim's point of view because they look at things from the power point of view. So that's why I'm saying I don't think that Diddy is going to go quietly and disappear into the abyss or truly be cancelled.
Yeah, no.
He's going to come back and people are going to accept him. There'll still be people that are like, kind of like Chris Brown. There's people that are like, people that have integrity. But there's going to be people that are like, but this is P Diddy, man. And they're going to
I think the narrative is different. I think that Diddy has done a lot. And he's done a lot under the protection of the powers that be, let's call them, knowingly, like they know what he's done, and they'll be like, "Yeah, no, you're cool, you're cushy." I think it's all a long-term game because Diddy's got probably one of, out of the people, like Diddy's got a massive empire within hip hop and the black community. Jay-Z's got a massive empire within hip hop and the community. Up until a point in time, R. Kelly did, Rick Ross does. And I think all of these people are in bed with like some very powerful people who facilitate them doing wrong in a long-term game to tear them down later and to collect all that they've built.
Tearing the black man down argument. Okay.
No, it's not a tearing the black man down. It's got nothing to do with tearing the black man down. It's just business.
All right. Cool.
It's got nothing to do with tearing the black man down.
I think that Diddy isn't going to get cancelled. I think he'll be cancelled for a piece.
Yeah, I don't think he's going to be cancelled forever, but I think he's going to be working for himself at that point.
Diddy's bigger than R. Kelly, believe it or not.
Of course he is.
Yeah. So like Diddy's cool, man. The fact that video came out and they were like, "Yeah, there's something we can do about it. It's done. It's out there. We've seen it."
But it's timing.
The only way they
he paid off Cassie so quickly because he knew what was out there and what was coming.
He paid off the hotel too. The hotel that had the footage, he paid them off in the beginning. That's why they kept it quiet.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
Because I was saying he would have to know that footage exists.
Yeah, that's why he lied so vehemently, because he thought he would get away with it. When the thing came out now he's like, "Oh, listen, I still think that, I stand by what I say. I might not be explaining it properly, but I just don't think, I think that some people will remember and some people will remember and choose to still support him anyway. And that's why I think P Diddy will be fine. I don't think enough people will be like, Legally speaking, I think Diddy's going to be okay. If they get him, it won't be because of the abuse he's done in the past. It'll be something very recent. Maybe something to do with drugs or something to do with money laundering or some crap. It won't be for the actual thing that people are upset about.
I don't think his brand will be.
That's what I think. I think that the only thing now for Diddy is his reputation, which is what he cares about. Hence why he apologized for that, which is why he's been going on about, he started off with, they're trying to tear down my reputation, who are just trying to make me look bad. That was what he first said. Then when the video came out, it was, I was going through a dark time. I've gone through therapy. I'm a changed man. praying for forgiveness. Now he's bringing in faith. He's trying to change his reputation. He's trying to make it seem like he's a changed man. It's his reputation that is under judgment. And I think he's a talk now, but in a few years to come, it would be, Diddy went through this, but he's a changed man now, and that's how he's going to move forward. That's what I think. And if he does get nabbed legally, it'll be because of something separate to what he done and what we know him
I don't
to
think
be.
I don't think he will get any type of I don't think he'll get any type of real repercussion to his actions. One, because they were so long ago.
Yeah.
As in, it wasn't like now.
It's not recent.
A thing.
Yep.
And I think he has probably always been gearing up to this coming out or something. Like he's been knowing, because even if you look at his last album and the whole rollout to it, he's been talking about he's a changed person, how this is the album of love and da 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 da.
Thank you.
So, yeah. But that's what I say. That's why I say I think it's less about how he will be affected in the presenting to us realm, because I don't think he's going to be cancelled in that regard. But I do think he's going to lose a lot of his assets as a result of this in order to save his reputation.
Yeah. But I think he'd be prepared for that because he knows. Do you know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So it is what it is. But I guess we're saying similar things from a different side. If he loses his assets, I don't think it's going to be off the back of this. I think it's going to be something more recent. There's a reason why they raided his home. There's something else that I don't think is out there yet. And I think it's coming, but I don't think it's related to this whole abusing women and it's not that. There's something else.
Because I don't know why would you raid someone's house who was a woman
and that's
beater?
what he's gonna get nabbed on, if he gets nabbed at all. His reputation though, like I said, people will remember it, but I think people will move on because of this whole, I'm trying to rebrand as this guy. It won't be surprising if in a few years' time Diddy releases a gospel album and these people be eating it up. People still play.
Probably could.
People still play "I Believe I Can Fly" because it's got an gospel-esque feel to it.
That's an amazing song.
It's an amazing song, but it's a monster it's a monster that sang it, and what's he flying to? An underage girl's bedroom? Who knows? Mr. I Believe I Can Fly. Right? Okay. Cool.
Who knows? An incredible song.
Yeah. Well, like I can't separate. I can't. Sorry. So
yeah, I mean, I just had to delete my R. Kelly collection because I was struggling to not play it. Like I wasn't playing stuff, but with the certain crowd, I was always like, "What are we saying? Like this is the moment." I said, "You know what? Let me just delete it." Because it's like
it's so sad.
It's always viable. The music is so incredible.
The music is really good. I give him that. But there's certain, like, especially his stuff from the 90s and his like slow jams and stuff, which is my vibe. I listen to the lyrics, and with what I know, it just doesn't sit right.
See, because I have my own memories attached to those songs, the narrative. Not the narrative, the truth and the songs, they don't connect because I have my truth connected to that song.
I have my truth connected to those songs, but again, I know the context now in terms of his context. So when I'm listening to him singing those songs, I can't ignore his context. And that's why I can't. Do you get it?
Yeah.
And that's what's difficult for me. So that's why I even if I wanted to, I couldn't. When I listen to those songs, I'm like,
Yeah. So I haven't listened to any of the slow jams, but like in my mind, man. I just want to slap on like a Step in the Name of Love. Because
it's sad.
It's a vibe.
I feel like with that song, maybe I could. But I Believe I Can Fly, maybe I could. But things like Your Body's Calling Me, or even stuff that he did with Aaliyah, Age Ain't Nothing But a Number, I can't.
You know what? I think I do still play Age Ain't Nothing But a Number, but I think that's because it's her song.
Yeah, but he's
when
you hear him on
I know.
It's annoying. It's so annoying. It's a shame. We got robbed, but it's because he's us. So it's what it is.
Yeah.
But yeah, I didn't want to go too deep with the Diddy thing because it is outrageous. He's done something heinous. I feel like there was a 30-page document. One thing has been proved, which to me means that all of it might as well be true. Because you were denying all of it up and down, and one thing has come out to be true. So I can't believe a word of what you say anymore. And we'll wait and see what happens. But I do think this is the year of exposure. And I think I've said that before on this podcast already. It's a year of exposure. When you look at how things have been from January till now and the stuff that has come out, I think we should brace ourselves. There's probably going to be more.
Well, everyone's saying Jay-Z next.
I mean, we said Jay-Z and we also said Trey Songz. So let's see what happens. And we will be
Trey Songz been hella quiet though, but
we will be sure to cover it. But we're gonna leave it there because this was meant to be like, I feel like we did a good catch up, a bit of nonsensical conversation at the start, and then a catch up on the big stuff. If you've enjoyed this episode, you know what to do, baby boo. Like, comment. If you ain't subscribed, subscribe. If you're listening on audio platforms, follow. Give us a 4 to 5 star rating. Interact with us, guys. I know we've been higgy-hagger. I know we've not been consistent. We are trying our best. We're both going through life changes at the moment. We are trying our best. But do interact with us because we do respond. We do reply to people on all of our social media platforms. So please do interact with us. And I'm going to leave it there. Everything you need to know will be in the description. So it has been your home slice, Dami Zayn, alongside my co-host, Venom. This is the Unpicked Podcast. Until next time. Peace.